Shout out to this guy on TikTok. We're gonna be checking out some of his theories for the amazing digital circus.
Kane's crash out was actually not his fault. Kane is actually the bad guy in this series. And Kinger accidentally deleting him wasn't actually an accident, because it wasn't even Kinger's fault. Everything goes back to Bubble. If you're new around here, the name's Rigatomi. I talk movies, manga, books, and basically everything else. Today we're talking about The Amazing Digital Circus, Episode 8. If you haven't seen it, don't watch further. When Kinger is trying to change Kane's code, I need you guys to look very closely at the text above. Now, in the text above, look very closely at it, right? What backup do you want? He says C. It says none selected. Interpret as delete. Kinger is inputting things and it's not recognizing what he's saying, right? Then it says none selected, so on and so forth. Confirm deletion. Kinger says no. Negative response inverting to X, Y, and Z. Someone then says delete this mother effer. And then the rest of the text is that person just laughing with all the time, right? What wacky character have we had in this episode who's been an absolute thorn in Kane's side? I mean, Bubble's even on the text while this whole thing's going down, right? But Tomi, why would Bubble try and delete Kane? What if I told you were shown the answer at the very beginning of the episode? Right here. I'm gonna have a different video for that, but stay tuned. If it wasn't evident before, Bubble wants to destroy Kane. And you're probably wondering, why would this cutie even want to destroy Kane? Why is he suddenly crashing out so hard? The answer was in the opener of this episode. Let me break it down for you guys. Also, the name's Rikatomi. I talk movies, manga, books, and basically everything else. We're talking about The Amazing Digital Circus, Episode 8. Don't click further if you haven't seen it. Now, the original red dot, that's Kane, the AI. And obviously, after being given inputted information and whatnot, it didn't really go too hot for him.
Yeah, this kind of works out with my theory. Basically, yeah.
So, you know what they did next? They imprisoned him. And by they, I mean Kinger. Kinger made him out.
I thought that was the circus, but pretty close enough.
Alright. Then they made Blue, Bubble. That's what I'm assuming. And Bubble, when given information, spits it out, does exactly what they wanted it to do, right? Bubble...
Yeah, that's what I said, but I said able or maybe a different type of AI.
...is very creative. Kane breaks out of jail, absorbs Bubble, and starts glitching out heavy. Having even more power, clearly, and spitting out a bunch of random crap that obviously doesn't really work.
But that wouldn't make sense, because Bubble's still in the series. And if Kane absorbs Bubble, that's not making sense. And Bubble clearly said you're the lesser of the two. So that's implying there's another AI.
Until Kane separates himself from the network. Now let's look really closely, right? In the background of this, you guys see those grid lines, right? And then in the episode, you see the background? The grid behind the network slowly disappears. This is Kane disconnecting himself from the network so that Kane and everyone else on the outside probably can't access him as much as they should. I'm not saying he's completely offline, but more so maybe he's just disabling their parental controls over him. Who knows? And then what he spits out next is literally the digital circus, which leads to the root of Kane's crash out, and I'm going to explain in a second. If it wasn't evident before, Bubble wants to destroy... Unfortunately, the real villain of this series was right in front of our eyes this entire time. And no, it's not Kane. And despite my other videos, no, it's not Bubble. It's Kinger. And the answer was in the opening sequence. The name's Rigatomi. I talk movies, manga, books, basically everything else. We're talking about The Amazing Digital Circus, Episode 8. Spoilers ahead. Don't watch if you haven't watched it. Now, in the opener, Kinger makes Kane, right? Right here, the red dot. Kane can't do his job right, so he's probably placed in timeout. The entirety of this is focused on purpose. Kane's purpose is to create creative things well, successfully. Kane can't do that, and thus Kane gets imprisoned. When Kinger makes Bubble next, Kane is still in the I need to become creative by any means necessary mindset. I bet the root of making this AI is, hey, consistently improve yourself so you can become fully creative. And Kane probably saw the way to become fully creative is by absorbing Bubble, who has been creative. So Kane breaks out of his jail, absorbs Bubble, and unfortunately the issues persist. I mean, even look at the dialogue that Kane even screams in this crash out scene. Why do you people torment me? I didn't ask to be created. I'm just trying to fulfill my purpose. His purpose is to become creative by any means necessary. Unfortunately, that was a purpose instilled in him by Kinger. Kinger caused all this. Yeah, it was an accident, for sure, don't get me wrong, but Kinger unfortunately is the villain here. But hey, that's just a theory.
That's pretty much it. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. Shout out to this guy. And yeah.